So let's just test ChatGPT 4o for financial analysis, and in this video we are going to specifically test the document uploader, the document parser and its retrieval augmented generation. I have prepared 10 questions about the NVIDIA 2024 annual report to keep it interesting. It has 187 pages, and I haven't tried these questions yet, but I think it's always good to stress test our AIs, so we can learn about their skills and capabilities. So the report is quite significant. It has, as I said, 180 pages. So let's see if it can even comprehend the report. And let's see how good the retrieval augmented generation actually works. So the question I have prepared, so let's start with the first question. It is still uploading. Takes some time to upload. Okay, now it has uploaded. What was the percentage increase in NVIDIA's total revenue in fiscal year 24 compared to the previous year? Let's see if it can answer the question. Perfect. So it answered the question perfectly. 126% increase in revenue. We could confirm this on Google. So percentage increase revenue. Let me quickly check. NVIDIA. Okay, looks about right to me, right? 2024. Yeah, perfect. So if you check here for fiscal year 24, revenue was up 126%. Okay, so perfectly. This is actually, we need to be careful. The fiscal year for NVIDIA might not be the most recent year. This is just for stress testing NVIDIA's. Okay, but let's dive a bit deeper to use ChatGPT 4o to help us understand the company. For instance, we could ask which of NVIDIA's segments saw the highest year-on-year revenue growth and what was the percentage growth for that segment. These kind of questions can actually help us dive deeper into a company, because if we invest in a company, we first need to understand it. Okay, so it tells us the highest segment was data center, and this the highest growth segment was the data center segment, and this is like, it gives us these nuggets, right? These nuggets of wisdom that we can use to dive deep into the core business of a company. So let's, for instance, ask it, how does NVIDIA describe the impact of generative AI on its business and industry in the annual report? So, I mean, I cannot really say that somebody who doesn't use this superpower remains competitive, right, in the investment landscape anymore. So you cannot remain competitive with somebody using these kind of tools, right? ChatGPT 4o, for instance, to understand financial reports quickly and efficiently. I mean, this is, you can quickly grasp the main points, the main considerations of any business by just prompting ChatGPT 4o, right, and using retrieval augmented generation like this. So NVIDIA describes the impact of generative AI as transformative and consequential. The company highlights that generative AI can understand and generate information across various modalities: text, image, speech, biological data, such as amino acids and proteins. So this allows us to perform tasks that previously required human intelligence, augmenting and amplifying human productivity and problem-solving abilities. NVIDIA emphasizes that generative AI will transform every industry. Think about this. NVIDIA, like the biggest company on the planet, emphasize that Gen AI will transform, not only impact, transform every industry by enabling new products and services. So this is a groundbreaking revolution we are part of, enhancing probability and solving previously unimaginable problems. It's like a new industrial revolution, right? It spans numerous fields, from drug discovery, climate science, automotive, robotics. Yeah, it's really a revolution driven by AI factories that produce intelligence. This is a core of Jensen Huang's argument, right? It extracted, with this question, for instance, ChatGPT 4o could extract the core of his argument in a single prompt in split seconds. This is really impressive skill, really impressive show of intelligence that could not be, like a human would have to read this whole report, maybe spend a day or so reading the report to give me this one business highlight, right? This one highlight, this paragraph, right? Previously we had something like some business insight publication or so that gave me the TLDR of a company, of an annual report, and I had to pay like a subscription, say $100 a month or so as a financial analyst to get to this core insight, right? But now we can just ask ChatGPT-4o to do it for us. We just throw the report in, and in split seconds we have the core information, the valuable information. So this completely transforms every industry, of course, but it also transforms the financial industry. And if you don't use these tools, you will lose, and you won't be able to compete with people using these tools. So the first primary takeaway from this video should be to force yourself to use this tool, even if it doesn't come naturally to you now. It will if you establish the habit of using it daily. So really have a habit tracker, and cross a day off only as successful only if you have actually used ChatGPT-4o to gain some insights from anything you're interested in. So let's ask it, what were the primary drivers behind the 217% increase in NVIDIA's data center revenue for fiscal year 24? So we do follow-up questions. We really try to stress test it. And you see with retrieval augmented generation, it like hierarchically dives into the report, finding the relevant entries and giving me the bullet list. I mean, this is just the best assistant you could ever wish for, right? That gives you data-driven answers in seconds, high-quality answers. So the main reasons in the 24 annual report, which is like the previous report, right? The fiscal year is different for NVIDIA. I think the most recent year, fiscal year, is 25 already. But at this point, the higher shipments of the NVIDIA Hopper GPU platform, which is used for the training and inference of LLMs, recommendation engine, Gen AI applications, increased shipments of InfiniBand networking products. We could dive deeper into this now, for instance. Strong demand across various industry verticals, contributions from AI inference. So it mentions inference. Many people argue that NVIDIA is not an AI inference company, which is completely wrong, completely off. Like they just don't get it, which accounted for approximately 40% of the data center revenue. The launch of AI inference platforms such as the full stack inference software with processes optimized for Gen AI, and then DGX Cloud and AI foundations. So these were like the main drivers of the growth. So let's ask some questions generally. Which new products and technologies did we launch in fiscal year 24, and what are the impacts on the market? And in seconds it gives you the answer, like AI inference platforms, NVIDIA DGX Cloud and AI foundations, Spectrum-X, which is an accelerated networking platform for AI aimed at enhancing data center performance. I think this is often overlooked. Like people think NVIDIA just delivers chips, but they deliver the whole spectrum of like it's a solution for AI training and inference. And the solution comprises of not only GPUs, not only chips, but also like the communication between the chips and the software. Like not only the raw communication infrastructure and computation infrastructure, but also the software that runs on top of it, right? So we can integrate with it's like an operating system for AI. It's much more, NVIDIA delivers much more than just like giving us the chips, right? It's the operating system for AI training and AI inference. That's why researchers love it. That's why all decision makers love NVIDIA, because they cannot do it themselves, right? You cannot, as a CEO of a company who doesn't have all the skills in networking technology, in CUDA, in parallelized programming, distributed systems and stuff. If you're not an expert in these kind of areas, then you cannot create the solutions yourself. So you would have to hire NVIDIA to do it for you. They have also launched some gaming products, which is not so interesting in my opinion, but okay, who knows? The Omniverse Cloud, very interesting, a fully managed service running in Microsoft Azure, fully managed service for the development and deployment of industrial metaverse applications. So having like completely digitized factories. This is a new thing in industry, right? So we have completely digitized factories where we can simulate different decisions on the factory level, simulate in our virtualized environment first before we deploy it, saving billions collectively. Like as an industry, we will save billions in malfunctioning, in avoidance of malfunctioning robotics and stuff, right? So these were some interesting products. Let's look at the corporate strategy, for instance, if you would be interested in what are like corporate strategies that NVIDIA pursue to advance AI and transform the company, as mentioned in the annual report. Let's see. The 4 strategies are like reinventing the full computing stack, transforming into data center scale company. So they sell AI factories, right? Not just, they sell data centers to that produce intelligence, right? So they don't sell just chips. Becoming an AI expert, of course. I mean, they will also develop applications now, AI applications. So they are not only an infrastructure company, they are like full stack company, vertically integrated company. NVIDIA also creating a new ecosystem, this like Omniverse and stuff, right? And also like this whole network of companies and startups that works together to build NVIDIA technologies, and that can actually share some insights, share some trainings, share some efficiency gains and stuff. So, so it really understands NVIDIA very well. I would say like this in this chat, we have just reading through this chat, you will have a much deeper understanding of NVIDIA than anybody else, right? If you just do these kind of things, maybe on a daily basis. On some certain fraction of companies, you will get a very, very deep understanding of companies and actually gain an edge in financial market. And we can do this as retail shareholders, right? We don't need to be like pay premium services. We don't have to pay Morningstar or Bloomberg or so to get this kind of information. Now I have asked what was NVIDIA's total shareholder return for fiscal year, how does it compare to previous year. Total shareholder return was like 978%, which is like great, right? Let's check out say if you want to check out the automotive revenue. So it really got this question answered very well. It could answer all questions. There was no hallucination, right? People still believe like ChatGPT 4o does hallucinate a lot, but actually all the information given here is very factual. It hallucinates much less than a human. I think it's a disruptive technology, and many people actually don't use it anymore, use it that often, even though it's completely revolutionary technology. And it's just like you won't get disrupted in the near term by AI, but by people using AI. And this is like the disruptors will just ask these kind of questions. So one other interesting question I had was, how is executive compensation, for instance, and what metrics for payouts were used for fiscal 24. Let's see if it can answer these kind of questions. Executive questions linked to the performance, which is like dependent on annual revenue and also total shareholder return compared to the S&P 500. And there were some variable cash plan, base compensation plan of 26 billion, right? Very interesting. And we have these PSUs, which are probably like some kind of stock options. Let's ask it, what is PSU? Performance stock unit. Okay, it's a type of equity compensation granted to executive, which vests and converts into company shares based on the achievement of specific performance metrics over a certain period. Okay, so it got a perfect score, superhuman performance. I mean, proof, right? try to do it yourself. So if you believe you are better than ChatGPT, then give me a comment in the description below, and I might prompt you to understand the report. Just kidding. So obviously, like obvious to all of us, it's like this is superhuman performance at play. We have seen superhuman performance in financial understanding. It can understand more than just qualitative data. It can quantitative data. It can also understand qualitative data very well, as you see here, right? So we can also use it to plot some information. So, for instance, we could ask it simply plot the data center revenue over time. Something like this. Let's see it. Let it extract the data from the report itself autonomously, write the Python script, plot it for us, show us the plot. So this is really, as I said, it's like a top tier assistant for whom you would have to pay, say, 100K or more per year, and it wouldn't give you that quick of data, right? So here you see the data center revenue over time. You see the beautiful plot. So this is like it's mostly free, right? It's like $20 a month or so, and just for this tool alone, it's worth 6 figures a year. So this is insane. Actually, it's just an insane tool. Okay, so it definitely passed the Turing test. It has insane performance. It has insane capabilities. Keep using it on a daily basis. This is important to be on the right side of change, to stay on the right side of change among the rapid disruption. If you like this video, give me a like, subscribe to the channel, and see you next video. Bye.